Hello, good morning. Welcome to Irreverent Knits. We are a little late this morning, and that's because my husband and I had a giant ass fight. So it made me late, but that's okay. That's part of marriage.
She won.
Well, there's no winning, but yeah. So anyway, welcome back. We have a lot of fun things to talk about today. I'm not sure what they are, but I will figure them out.
We'll make it up
as we go.
We'll just make it up. Ad-libbing is our.
That's how we do.
Name.
That's how we just roll with it. Like, woohoo!
Teachers know how to punt.
That's right, baby. So our last Irreverent Knits, if you missed it, we did some of the different homemade starches to use with ornaments. So we're going to show how those fared. I got them over here.
You got them?
Yeah, I got them.
I was going to go get them.
So
for
no,
you.
we're good.
We're good.
We're good. Yeah, I got my coffee. That's why I was late, but you'll need that. You'll need this. So anyway, Judy, you have been a crazy person. You've made all these dyes, hand dyes, and knitting up a storm.
But first of all, good news. My pathology reports came back clean. I have a percentage of getting it again in 5 years is 2%.
Yay! I'm so happy.
No chemo.
No
radiation.
So happy.
Just the estrogen blocker. So that means I'll probably have I'm going for a Fu Manchu.
Well, we should do like the Salvador Dali. You know,
like
we'll use some of the Eucalyptus.
What's going to happen when I have no estrogen?
We're going to use those Eucalyptus little like.
I'm gonna grow
yes,
beard
we're going to
and
do.
It's
You know, we can knit.
trendy.
Salvador Dali had the flowers on the end. We can knit them.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like we got this.
I'm a little worried about that, but other than that, I can live with that.
Well, we're
You'll
very
just have
happy.
to.
We're very happy. That was a tense time. I think I was more worried than you.
Well, I tried not to be. I'll tell you what, Buford Memorial Women's Health is fantastic. They never let me worry.
Okay.
They never did. They said, they said right from the start, do not Google this because 99% of it does not pertain to you and it'll make you crazy.
Yeah.
And they handed me a big thick book and they
said, we know how the Google is.
Yeah. They and I love to Google stuff. It said 2 pages, page 9 and 10 is all that pertains to you. Do not look at anything else. I know I have a friend right now who's trying to go through it in Savannah, and they didn't even call her and tell her she had a bad mammogram. Oh. She just got an email
like, "Oh, hey, by the way,
yeah, abnormal.
Come on in."
She's freaking out.
Yeah.
I said, "I have a ton of phone numbers." It didn't matter who called me,
right?
And they say, "You have any questions? Call.
Right.
Here's my number."
Right.
You know, and they were fantastic. They really were. I can't sing their praises enough.
Well, good. We're happy you're
My
happy.
husband was impressed with the surgeon. Good, because she could draw a boob upside down.
Well, I mean, if you've got to have something.
When you're old, you find things.
You know, when you've got to have something. I
was impressed. She could draw a boob upside down.
That is something, an upside down boob drawer. Woo. So anyway, now we got Judy back. She's mentally able to get back. I mean, get back, Judy. Come on. She has
how many skeins of yarn have I dyed since
10
Friday? 8.
Well, you brought the 2 hurricane warnings in
right
10. before
10.
Thanksgiving. So we had a great Black Friday, Small Business Saturday conglomeration, and we kickstarted the holiday with that. We have a lot of fun classes coming up this Saturday. We're going to do a last minute gifts. We're going to talk about hats. So in this thing, you pop in.
Fun, fast, you know,
you
fast,
pop in,
furious. And
let us know a kit that you want to, or a hat. We can have some ideas. And then if you have one that you want to make, we'll give you a discount on the yarn and we'll get you started.
I'm running a couple of my mittens today you want to do a class with. And I'm like, these were in the bag to bring in.
I
my
love these
steering wheel
mittens.
was so cold.
You were?
I got out.
See?
I got out of the car, went to the back seat, and pulled these babies out. It's
yeah. Well, I have to say, so my, here we go, tangents. My best friend is the weather person, the meteorologist for Watertown, New York, and so you know where they're showing all those giant 50,000 feet of snow.
Yeah,
that's there. And in fact,
effect.
Yeah, oh yeah. So they for ABC. Trevor Alt was there, and I'm like, Beth, he's outside your door. I'm like, go bring him some hot chocolate. She's like, and then later on, he was in Adams, which is where she lives. I'm like, he's following you. He's stalking you. So
I've always had a weatherman stalk.
So there it is. So so it's for you.
Yeah, I pulled him out. I went, I'm wearing these babies.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
I gotta get a pair of mitts done.
So this is the season. We are a little cooler here. I never ever complain about the cold in this area because it is nothing.
It was 27 this morning.
It was chilly this morning for here. for here. So I will never complain because I've lived where it's so cold I want to die. So I will never complain, but it's a little chilly. So this time of year, we are going to talk about coming out first week of January. We're going to do hats off to 2025. So we're going to have a whole bunch of hats going on that first week. And you can sign up for all different levels of difficulty. We've got the super basic of hats where you don't even need to use circular needles, down to some of Judy's. She's always got these crazy color work, God love her hats. And
mittens to match.
And we're going to have mittens to match. That's going to be right after that. We're kicking off our knit along. We talked about that last class. It is a Noro design. In fact, if you want to grab it, we do have the guy right off the thing. It's a Noro design that is discontinued. So it is a fabulous pattern. My daughter's already tried to claim that. We did come to fisticuffs. Just kidding. No teenagers were harmed. But she's like, will you just make me one? So it is this pattern here. It's just called the A-line cardigan. And it is such a cool project. It has just a nice A-line swing at the bottom. And it's got just a tiny bit of cabling. And it looks like,
the cuffs are really cool.
The cuffs are beautiful. It's got like a picot edge, and it looks like it is knit the long way here. So you've got your stockinette stitch here, and it's showing the different gradients, but then sideways.
So are they doing? They're not doing short rows, are they?
I believe they are, but I don't hold me to that. I have not looked at the pattern. I have the pattern.
Just increases.
I don't know, because I got to get through this. Now I had to get through a small business Saturday. So now I'm through that. Now we're here, but it's gorgeous. So if you want to work on this knit along, we're going to kick it off in January. I will have some live broadcasts that I do with this. And so this is going to be fun. I will give you the pattern for free if you buy the yarn, and I'll give you 10% off the yarn for this knit along. And like I said, this pattern is absolutely stunning. Everyone that comes in
doing it.
I think we've got like 7.
Do you really?
Yeah, I think we got 7 people doing it. But
I'm not doing it because it's got that flare at the hips. I would look like one of Dorothy's flying monkeys. So if you want to look like a flying monkey or not, I mean, you don't have to put the you don't have to put the flare in either. Sweaters I'm working on.
Yes, so you've got your own a bit of fun. And hello, Christy. Thank you for joining us. We're excited. Anne is here, and our friend from Colorado, HGF 8 Colorado. So we're glad you're here. And anyway, so this is this bit of chaos that I've got going on. A lot of fun patterns this time of year, because you can. It's cold. You don't mind having things sitting on you like a sweater or Judy's beautiful blanket, her 10 slip stitch.
It's just slip stitch.
It's gorgeous.
10 skeins.
10 skeins. That is where the 10 comes from. But she wrote this beautiful pattern. We had a great class on it. So we kind of got that going on right now.
It's at home hiding from Maggie because she'll claim it.
Yeah, I don't blame her. I wanted to claim it.
My doggy claims everything.
I wanted to do the same. So we've been playing with some new yarns. We're going to show you those in a minute. Judy has a new colorway that we are introducing today, and some other ideas for a quick knit or something that's nice and cozy for maybe your Valentine's Day gift, things like that. So let's talk about how our starching went. So Christy just asked, where is the knit along information and what yarn to purchase? I will post all of that. It's on my list of things to do. And I will post all that information on my website. It will be under classes and events. Give me a couple of days to get that up and going. It is a Noro brand yarn that they use. It is the Silk Garden. So some people have chosen to use that. If that's one you want, let me know, because it is sold out like instantaneously. So definitely let me know so I can put that on order, because it comes in, goes. But I'm going to use a different yarn just because I'm me, and that's how I do. I
taught her well.
She did. I never follow any of the rules anymore. I'm like, I'm not doing that. So anyway, let's go back to our starch. So we made, these are kind of the, I want to say, old-fashioned ways. So these were recipes that were posted from, what is it, the 40s? I think maybe they were old. They were very old. And so
they used to do doilies.
Right. So things that required some stiffness to the starch, and you don't throw them out to the dry cleaners at that point. So we tried a couple of different things. So the first one we tried was sugar water. Okay. So we used 2 cups of warm water and a couple of tablespoons, enough to where it was crunchy, but not so much that it was colored. It was just a little bit, not cloudy, but a couple of tablespoons, excuse me, of sugar. And it wasn't bad. It's definitely not super stiff. So if you were to, maybe iron this, it will probably stay very nicely on a tree.
It would look good hanging.
It would
work.
It would look good hanging. We used to have these in our windows. My mom would have a couple of different ones that we would hang in our windows for Christmas. So this sugar water, it worked. Okay. Second one, we got cornstarch. So I used just cornstarch out of my kitchen. Yep, I got cornstarch right out of my kitchen cupboard. And again, same amount that I had used for the sugar, I used for the cornstarch. So it was 2 cups of warm water and 2 tablespoons of just, I don't even know the brand. It was probably like Kroger brand cornstarch, nothing too fancy. And same, it's, it's okay. This could hang.
Yeah. I wonder if you use different yarn, because
this yarn
probably would, like on a lace, it would stiffen really nice.
Better. This was a fluffy yarn that my daughter, I'm like, please just crochet something for me. And she's like, fine. So it wasn't a frog, but she did make it have frog feet. So that was the compromise. So this was it is like a chenille. So it's definitely not as sturdy, but it's still, I think both of them, I really feel like this probably would have been more stiff
if in another
in a different weight yarn.
I think in a lace it would be stunning.
I agree. So so that's that. So I think so far my vote, here's sugar water, but on a much more dainty, and then this is the stiffening of the cornstarch. So I think not bad, either of them. So if you're like, oh my God, I need to do something, well, these are, that's one way to do it. They're there. So the next one we used was a spray starch that I had found at
Wawak. WAWAK.com.
And
all your sewing needs.
For all your sewing needs. So I had this spray starch. It's in the bathroom. Do you want to go grab it? It's in the bathroom on the counter, the shelf.
Oh, the shelf.
Yeah, on the shelf. So we used this. This was a spray liquid starch, not the kind with the aerosol. This was just a straight kind of thing. And it is designed for sewing, knitting, crocheting, to provide some stiffness. And I believe
Mary Ellen's Best Press.
There it is, Mary Ellen's Best Press. And so they do have this. Oh, Vanna, thank you. Oh, thank you. So Vanna just showed us. You can also get this on Amazon, and I think on Amazon it was maybe $10. Don't quote me on that, but it wasn't like $300. It was $10, and you can use this also on your laundry if you like to have a little crisp shirt or something like that. And so this one definitely held its stiffness.
I did not think it would. I really, honest to God, I did not think it would. I thought, oh, this is just for when you're going to iron something and you got a crease. But I was really impressed with this. I may start to have to buy that.
Yeah, we didn't iron it, and I know that would make a difference, but we just didn't have the iron here. So I know if we ironed it, this would be nice and stiff. And I didn't really block it in the way that I would have to have this pop a little more.
Well,
I just was a test.
And you just laid it down.
I just laid it down.
You probably curled it and everything else, because when you get it straight, it's really good.
Yeah. So far of the
and you
three,
can feel it.
It's definitely got a stiffness to it, but it's not like. So yeah, this one I liked. This one is, again, Mary Ellen's Best Press. It is available on Amazon or Wawak.com.
Yeah, I really didn't think that one would work as well.
Yeah, I'm happy with this. I'm going to try this next. I don't iron, but
I don't either.
I mean, I could. So I'll try this next
my
time.
way of ironing is to put it on a hanger and put it in the shower while I'm taking a shower.
Yeah, you're fine.
Close the door.
It's fine. We're good. Last one I did, and that was just from my own, because I'm ridiculous, is I got Mod Podge. I always want to call it Mod Podge. I always want to call it Mod Podge, but Mod Podge I have at home for all of my crafting needs. And I think this one is.
It doesn't even feel good. It does not even feel good. I mean, look at this.
It's terrible.
It isn't bad. It is so bad. So what have we learned?
That's not the one to use. I mean, unless you want it to be like. You could break your window with it.
There's no way you could even frog this. These can hang outside. Now, these are the ones you can put outside from your tree. That would be really pretty.
Oh God, it's so bad. So yes, that's always an option. I don't recommend that one.
It doesn't even bend around your head.
No,
it's just flat.
Straight up glue. and so again, our vote here, Mary Ellen's best friends.
In terms of use,
that would be
1,
my
4. The other 2 are interchangeable.
They're in the middle. So
yeah. I kept telling you, don't use Mod Podge.
No, I knew it was going to be terrible. I'm just trying it.
And
it's going to be horrible.
I kept trying.
My God.
I wouldn't use Mod Podge. I know, I'm going to use Mod
Podge.
Oh,
I laughed so hard when I was like, because I'm painting it on. I'm like, do we have a paintbrush for this? My daughter's like, I'm not letting you use my art brushes for your crap. I'm like, oh, fine. But yeah, no. No.
I think it'd be gorgeous hanging from trees.
You know, if there was something you wanted to never, ever move again, this is the way to go. But it's definitely not like
stack them.
You could use them for like cornhole.
Placemats.
Yeah. So then you go. We've tried it for you, and you're welcome. So that's that. But we have gotten some new fun yarns in, and so like we were saying, Judy's going to do some mitten classes because I love her, and I just don't have time to breathe. But I
like doing mitten classes.
I know they're fun, and I'm so excited. I only have one real class to teach left.
Oh, I'm so happy for you.
My last class.
We have to party.
We do a little bit. So this has been a rough semester for me.
Party.
And I left. I would get so angry, like, even because I had to teach, and I love teaching, love it. And the fact that my students have made me so angry this semester, I was like, it's not worth the stress.
Yep. There's sometimes
it's not worth it. I don't enjoy it anymore. So anyway, I've kind of like calmed down on my expectations. I've set the bar so low, I trip on it on the way to class. And so we're almost done. But anyway, in the meanwhile, Judy's kind of helped me pick up, and Robin, who's not here, but she's helped me also pick up the kind of all this that we've got going on. So we've got a couple new yarns, and Judy's been playing with them. God love her. So Iciger is new to the shop. It is not a new yarn. In fact, it's quite an old yarn. It's big in Europe. This one is it's called just Soft. And that is aptly named because it is this fluffy feeling yarn. It is alpaca and organic cotton. And so what this is really a pure, clean brand. So you have customers, or maybe you're one of these people that's like, I don't want anything man-made. So you don't want the acrylics, you don't want the polyamides, you don't want the nylon, you don't want any of those things that make them machine washable and dryable, cheaper to make, things like that. This is a great yarn for you. And it's super soft. It feels, it's not quite like Fua Fua. Fua Fua is, we've got that, and Moondrake, and then that's like a brushed cashmere. But it's got that same where you're not
on the inside. Yeah.
You're not doing that. So Judy made these mittens. I was like, oh, could you just play
These
with
are
them?
called Pelly Potty. And I said, I think this pattern would look really good in those yarns. And it does. It's a soft, it's not going to pop. It's just really soft. It's a little thicker than what we should be using for size 4 needles. It's a little tight. Yeah. It's not one that I can do this. I do one and one, but it's going, and it's good. It's got the nice, it's not the afterthought thumb. It's where you increase.
And then you just wait on it.
Yep. You increase. See the increases there?
Yep.
And then I'll come back to it. I'm almost done with this one. Like I said, I was working on it, but I was also sewing, and I pricked my finger and
on the spinning wheel. And then we had to wake her up.
You know what? When I'm pushing like this, and sometimes
I know you
get. I was angry Saturday, anyways. So
as a side note, Judy, diehard Ohio State fan.
I'm so ticked. You know what though? I'm ticked at all the schools.
The whole school, the whole thing. I'm sorry. Here we go. Tangent. This is what happens when I come in late and all fired up. So they, as you may or may not know, they had this giant brawl where Michigan at the end wanted to put the flag in, and then it was very unsportsmanlike.
And it happened at like 3 or 4 other schools.
Yeah.
Iowa State went to shake Nebraska's hands. They would refuse.
Yeah.
Gordon heard yesterday that Clemson's coach and South Carolina's coach.
Well, there was some ugliness there too.
Well, but before the game, they told the kids no flags.
Well, good. At least they told them that.
It was, you know what? Come on. Knock it off. Play the game. Yeah, we should have won. We didn't. I think teams need to be sanctioned, all that stuff. Gordon actually said Saturday, I was so mad. I was so mad at everything, the fights and everything. And Gordon says, well, let's go get you a margarita. And I said, no, margaritas are happy drinks, and I'm not happy. I am not having a margarita tonight.
Well, then in a completely unrelated incident, in the town where Judy lives, there was a shooting. Clearly, completely a horrible thing. But my husband goes, oh crap, it's probably Judy. She's so mad about the Ohio State laws.
I wasn't so mad about the law. I was mad because they shouldn't have. I was just mad at all the dumb antics.
Oh, it was terrible. It was so unprofessional. It was really
it really is. And if you're going to pay the kids like professionals, then you
need to act like professionals. 100%.
And start. Chris was in a POW league his senior year, Police Athletic League, and he played basketball, and he decided to rough it up one game and got kicked out for starting a fight. And when he walked in that door, I was in the kitchen.
Oh, dear.
And I think his ears rang for a week because I told him that was unacceptable behavior, blah, blah, blah. So Gordon said, it's a good thing you weren't in the stands because you'd be down there ringing their ears. I said, oh, you bet I would.
Anyway, so that was my random tangent. So she was doing this.
I was doing these.
And I love these mittens. I every year I'm like, let's do a class. And then for some reason, we just never get around to it. But these, are they just called dragonflies?
It's called dancing dragonflies.
And they're just so beautiful. And these,
if you want to learn how to make Nordic mittens, this is a great one. It really is. Because when you do Nordic mittens, because you're doing Fair Isle, you have to do a pattern on the back. Which one is the one? One of them I screwed up.
Oh, well, it can't have been that bad of a screw up. You can't find it.
It was because I was knitting them at Knit Club, and this woman came in and decided while I was doing it to show me all the pictures of her granddaughter.
Stop it!
I know. She walked out, and I went, "Damn it, Donna! It's your fault." So I don't wave with that hair.
So we'll have that. We'll have that class
this is
coming
really
up.
Great, and I used the mermaid's tail.
Yes,
because I wanted to try it.
Yep.
It also has the
this little sparkles.
Latvian braid.
You're kind of learning a lot in that.
I did, and I think this also had where you expand
the gusset.
The gusset. Thank you. I couldn't think of the word today. The gusset thumb, and it's a great one to do. It really is. The back is very easy because you're just going
1, 2, 1, 2.
And you just have to play with it. But that's what I'm here for, to show you. But if you really want to do a pair of Nordic mittens, people are so. Oh my God!
They're just gorgeous. These. Yeah, they're just gorgeous. So
those are that.
So we've got those.
And the Pelly Potty.
We're gonna do
and
those.
I'm doing another one for all the snowbirds that come down. It's got a little camper on it.
Oh, that's right. Cute. That's right.
I was looking for the yarn today. I think I found it.
So we've been working on those right now because this Saturday we're going to do, like I said, drop in and make a hat. I have this pattern that Judy had made at one point. It's this elf hat. I'm making it for a kid size. So I'm just at the points right now. So I will have that for our next show, but I will put it online as well.
You want a picture of it?
Yes, I would love a picture of it, but it's really cute. My struggle is I can't get the darn lines. I always get the jag. I get the jog between the colors for the stripes. So I tried 3 different things and they all sucked. So now I'm like, do I duplicate stitch and then try to even it out? So at 9:00 last night, I'm like, everything I'm doing is awful. So I put that aside. And I'm just making the little points right now on the brim, but it's just an adorable hat. So we've got that we'll be working on. And there's a bunch of other hats. So we have this hat here. Oh, there they are.
I made them for my grandchildren.
Let's see if we can get it.
And I sent you the picture of Hunter wearing it.
Yep, I'm trying to get it even. There we go. It's because of the thing. So
it's actually featured on the page, the designer's page, that picture.
That's so cute. So, and I will put it on ours as well, but it's called just the easy
favorite elf hat.
Favorite elf hat.
Aunt Janet's designs. And I'll tell you what, I was not a good knitter at that point, and I was able to do them. So
it's not a hard knit. It really, it's just,
it was
so
fun.
You start the brim and you do these like 7, and that's what I'm using I'm using vintage. Just a straight vintage green. I went with green, but a darker green. I did more of like a
pine.
More, I don't know what. I don't have it. Oh, no. Anyway, I must be out of it. But it was just leftover yarn I had. So it's not a ton of yardage. So I'm using green white and red, and the green is just every so many rows to kind of give that
green
pop.
and white for the boys and red and white for the girls.
Yeah, well, I was afraid of red and white. That my husband would say, "What are you making? Where's Waldo hats?" So I decided to throw the green in there to,
no, we're not talking about him today.
Okay, we're not. So, so there's that, and then we've got this other hat pattern. So right now, I still have the West Yorkshire Spinners, their trunk show, and they have some beautiful, beautiful items. This is just, again, a basic, kind of a top hat. You could throw a pom-pom in here through the decreases. And so that is just made with one solid color and then one, kind of pop of variegated, and you just pull it through. So it's not a difficult thing. You don't have a zillion ends to weave in. So that's one of the samples that we have here at the shop. And they have the fingerless mittens to go with them.
I like for down here. I like fingerless mitts better than I do the mittens.
Yeah, well, I mean,
it's easy.
It doesn't get
I had a hard time gripping the steering wheel today. It's like, oh, I forgot about using these.
Well, and we're so obsessed with our phones, you can't be using, your mitten to use the phones.
Well, and it's easier to walk the dog. Those.
Here's the cowl that goes with the series.
I like that pattern.
Here's the cowl.
That's a beautiful
so this pattern is called Jamie, Jamie, and it gives you the pattern for all three of these items. Okay, again, West Yorkshire Spinners. And here is just kind of the picture to go with it. So we've got these available. And if you come into the shop, you'll get the pattern for free if you buy the yarn for these patterns. Okay. So Judy made this. So I got this yarn in last time we did this 2 weeks ago. This was new Mad Tosh, and Mad Tosh had paired up with, do you remember who? It was Mad Tosh and I'm blanking. My brain is so
Arcane. You got Arcane Fibers.
No, but there was someone that she
I don't know.
Yeah, it was Mad Tosh plus some that. So anyway, she used this, and
it's the pelagic pattern.
Fun.
It's a scarf. It's 16 rows, and you just keep repeating them. And I'll tell you what, it's a fast knit. I started this on the way to Ohio at the beginning of the month of November, and it was done before Thanksgiving.
It's just beautiful.
Maybe 3 weeks.
And
it's just fun.
It kind of looks. It looks like a
solid. And it just looks good in this because the way this pooled, it's zigzag. Can you see that? Wait a minute. Can you see the zigzag?
Yeah.
It was so cool.
Oh, it's just really fun.
It takes 2 skeins, about 400 yards, and it goes fast. I think we've sold 6 or 8.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, at least 8 or 10 because people see it.
Yeah, it's just, wow. It almost looks like a little fin, the way it pulls together. I don't know how easily you can see
because
this.
what you've got is the beginning, which is the tubular cast on.
Mm-hmm.
The tubular,
look how stretchy the tubular cast on is.
It is, and then the tubular cast off.
Interesting.
Turned it the other way, but I did not use her video. I just pulled it from the cast on, cast off book. So maybe she did it a little bit different, but I liked it because if you hang it, then you've got like a little fin.
It's like a little fishy.
Yeah.
That is cool.
It is. One end goes one way.
See, I'm so OCD. Yeah. I'd be like, I can't do it. I can't do it. I'd have to add. I'd have to add a few.
I didn't go back and look at hers. I just did it the way I know how. And I really do like the tubular cast on. I would use that again. And then
is it like Judy stretchy or Jenny stretchy?
Very stretchy.
Yeah.
Because you start with waist yarn.
Okay.
And then you do a couple things and then you pull it off. And there it is on the edge.
It's nice. It's so stretchy.
So pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then because of her pattern, it curves. Otherwise, it would be straight.
Yeah. And the bind off is super stretchy for this.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. I was always afraid of it, but I loved her direction because she gave directions on how to do the cast on. And then she didn't for the cast off.
Oh my God. I'm doing this Stephen West pattern right now for a scarf and I'm using fiber spates. Now, fiber spates we've had here for a long time now. It has this one. It is called Scrumptious 4-ply, and it is a blend of silk and some merino, but it just feels like all silk, and it's just this beautiful drapey pattern. It's just gorgeous. But so I chose Stephen West pattern. I think it's called Slim Fur knit shawl, but his cast-ons are always so him. And so trying to get the first couple of rows, like you make an I cord, then you pick up along the one side of the I cord. But then when you're trying to pick up on the other side of the I cord, you go over the knot at the end, no matter what the cast on is for it. And so then it creates this bump. So then I'm like, okay, I can't do this because it's making me crazy. So then I was like,
bump for
when you start, it's the bottom.
Yeah.
And then so you've got your I cord, right? So you're at the top here, you pick up 5 stitches, then you turn your needles and then you pick up 3, but this at the end, it just has this little bit of a knot from where you're starting. So I was like, yeah, I'm not doing that. So I just added extra stitches and picked it up. It's a really fun, easy knit, but it just looks like this beautiful braid. So I'll have to finish that. Again, things I meant to bring in and didn't. So we do have some new fun stuff here coming in today at the shop. You were the first to see it. We have, and using this called Dream in Color Smooshy. Here, hold this.
Oh my God, I love smooshy. Boy, that's close to my watercolor dreams.
Okay, so we've got that color smooshy. What is that one called? Retro Vibe. So I got Retro Vibe here.
Yes,
this is Retro Vibe. Nice and smooshy. And then I got this one, which is really fun. Try to get stuff I don't have. So this one is called Kyoto Sunset.
That's pretty. I like that.
Yeah. So, and it's so hard because, you look online.
It doesn't prepare me. And it's like, what can I make?
Well, if I prepared you, then it wouldn't be fun. Then I got this one, which is called Milky Spite.
Oh my God, that looks like my Harbor Mist.
So here's Milky Spite.
That's funny.
And these are fingering weight because I'm trying to, again, expand what I've got in the shop and just offer different things.
That one's pretty.
This one's really beautiful. This is called Anything Goes. Anything Goes.
Gorgeous.
So I have 6 of each, and plenty enough to make
There's enough nylon in them for socks, too.
So this is fingering weight. It really is smushy. So as it's called, you can see it's nice and soft.
It's been around for a long time.
It has. But this is new to Low Country Shrimp and Knits.
Yeah.
So we had little bits at a time. This was great because I could tack it on to my Mad Tosh order and didn't have to start. A lot of times when you try to bring a new brand on, they have minimum purchases. And when they have that, all of a sudden you have to purchase. Like when I did Knitting for Olive, we had to add 20 colors of one type of yarn and 20 of another, or 10, depending on the kind of yarn you added. And it was a huge bill. And when you're just a little guy like me, and by the way, now I've got triple the rent and all these things.
This is 420 yards.
420 yards. So you can at least do a pair of socks with them. Yeah, at least do a pair of socks. You can do a hat. You could do a cowl. You could do mittens, right? If mittens is about 4, that's enough for mittens, right? 400?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So you could do a thin scarf. Pelagic, you said, was 800, right? So 2 of these.
Pelagic took 350 yards.
Total?
Well, yeah. But the Mad Tosh only had 200 yards in it. So I took 2, and I probably had.
That's because it's worsted weight.
I probably had about a third left.
It's worsted weight.
And it said 14 repeats, and I did more than 14 repeats.
Yeah.
I just kept going until I went, yeah, that's long enough to hang myself with.
Yeah. So. When it's stuck in the car door and Gordon drives away.
I know what I want to do with this.
Oh, she's already, So we got that. So this is fun. And, you could always add it. You could do striping with it. So it's going to add it with a regular, straight solid color to do the pop. Lots of fun things you can do with these. And again, we tried to pick out some colors that I don't have in the shop because, it's little by little, right? You add on, you have your solids.
You do what you got to do.
You do what you got to do. So we got that. We finally got marzipan. So there's a couple of colors and Knitting for Olive that are back our order, like out the wazoo, because they have this sweater. I don't know if you've seen it. It's a snowy day sweater where there's on the cuffs and around the bottom are these trees. And so it's blue gorgeous. And they've got snowflakes and then the green trees and the snow on the bottom. It is
Did they do
stunning.
Knitting for Olive?
They did it with it's a Knitting for Olive pattern. So it is stunning.
And the sleeves kind of flare too. Really cute.
It's gorgeous. If you haven't seen it, go check it out.
It's the kind of sleeves I drag through soup and my plate.
Yeah, they catch it. So anyway, we cannot get the deep petroleum blue back in stock because it is so back ordered they didn't expect it. Yeah. So I reached out to the people that run it and I was like, what is going on? And they're like, we did not anticipate the popularity of that pattern.
And
it was like with Martin's Story.
Yeah.
It was like when we did that pattern last year for the knit along with Martin Story, where they just couldn't keep the colors in stock for Rowan.
Clay.
They couldn't keep it in stock. And so we were kind of on hold with like, I'm holding on to these kits. I'm like, ah! But anyway, so this one we have had sold out. This is called Marzipan. And Marzipan is very cool. Judy actually discovered the joy of marzipan. Why do you love it so much?
Because it depends on what you put it next to. Give me a solid. You put it next to it becomes almost a khaki. You see that? You put it next to a bright pink, it starts to have some pink sheen to it. It just kind of like
takes on the vibe.
It does. It takes on whatever the main color is. It's really, really cool. It'll look ivory. It'll look khaki. It'll look off-white. It just depends on what you look at that when you put it with that off-white. And then look, off-white khaki, off-white khaki. So
I show here. Off-white.
See how that? It just changes. It's a little chameleon.
Yeah, we love it. So it's like a little gecko we got going on here. So so we have that back in stock, and we have the yarn too, the merino, knitting for olive merino. So these are two things. So because a lot of times people will come in and go, I want to add something, but I don't want it to add exactly. And so people get afraid of working with mohair, but mohair is just terrific.
It's fun.
It is fun. You just have to get used to it. But by the second row, you do a lot of spitting with it, but because it's always under my contacts. But it really just gives a nice fluff, nice softness to different yarn, and it just brings out a different color. So if you want, if I were to use this, but I really wanted, like a pinky color to pop, then if I used a little bit of pink, that's what's going to pull
what is it called? Ballet. Ballet, and it is light pink.
Ballerina is a light pink. Yeah, but it's just, and they have so many different things. So if you're not following them on Instagram or Facebook, they have an entire thing. And I think actually they sent it to me. So they just sent me this. So this is the Knitting for Olive thing. I think it's for,
look literally just like that is.
It's just gorgeous. It's just gorgeous. So if you put it with something like this, it's going to just pull out just a little bit of the pink. Not a lot. You're not going to see this giant, and here's this giant strand. It just gives it a little puff. So they sent me this. I just got it in. And so what they do is they talk about all, it's their like sales pitch. And they have some information in here about each of the brands, but then they talk about how you can work with the different styles and how you can pull the different colors together and how it just subtly changes the overall color. So here is an example down at the bottom. They tell you exactly the yarn they've started with, and then they show you what it looks like when you just change the mohair slightly. And it does. It just so much fun.
Knitting for Olive is really popular in Europe, like Cascade and Vintage. Barocco is here, and it's just starting to make its way into the United States. That's why a lot of people
first in the area.
People come to the shop because they heard you carry it.
And we have a lot of colors. I think I have 30 different colors now.
It's gorgeous.
I have 30 different colors.
And it goes out as fast as it comes in.
And I just got this one back in because someone had ordered it. But this one does not flying off the shelves, but it's so fun. This one is called Pink Daisies, and it is a bright in-your-face pink. So
what fun, though.
It's so much fun. So anyway, if you're looking for something that's going to give you like a wow, this is a great color for that. So we got those in. And knitting for, again, playing with mohair, it's fun. And you'll know quickly if you're like, oh, not a big fan of this combination. Within a couple rows.
Gorgeous.
And you know what doesn't work well in? Lace work. So if you're doing lacy work, don't strand. Sometimes I think it can work, but when I've tried it a couple different times, because it's lace weight, it doesn't stick with the yarn well, and it kind of creates its own spider web look inside your lace work. So that happened on a couple different times I've tried. I'm like, I don't love that. So, I had someone come in recently. They tried to throw some through. They were doing an intarsia, and they were getting frustrated because, with the intarsia, that you kind of get that whole, it was a hat, and you kind of get where you drop and pick up. There's always like the weakness around because it's not chained together.
Yeah, we were worried about using the mohair with this but I loved it because it did make such a light design, and you can see it.
Yeah, it's very subtle.
I thought sometimes it needs to be subtle.
Yeah.
And that's just one of those patterns with it. Whatever.
It's very, very
So you got
beautiful.
2 new colorways. You got new books. You got these.
Oh, yes. So we do have a few new things here. So let me tell you, this was the most difficult order I think I've ever gotten in. Gnomes of Grimblewood. This is Sarah Shira, who makes all these absolutely fabulous gnomes. In fact, Robin here, she makes them all the time. She's like, I was bored. I just made a gnome. I'm like, okay. And we have a gnome class coming up next weekend. If you want to make, there's a little ornament. Do I have it in this bag? I'm not sure.
I didn't see it.
It might be in here, but they're super cute.
Pat Nelson. You love these gnomes.
Oh yeah. But so
she makes gnomes.
Oh my God. I tried to get the book and they were like, oh, we tried to process your credit card, but it didn't work because someone hacked into it and they were apparently going on vacation without me. And I found that rude. So I had to cancel that credit card. But anyway, so we've got a class coming up to make some Christmas ornament gnomes. So that's cute. Next weekend.
Really, really cute.
That's next weekend. But this book is great, and it was sold out everywhere. And so they had to do a second running of the printing, and I finally got one in. So
it was a couple in.
I got 5.
It's not a bad price.
So that's fun. We got those in. I just ordered because, again, I'm bad because I'm a knitter. I'm not a crocheter. And so every time I'm like, woo, that's fun for knitting. So I'm trying to be better, people. I'm trying. So I got this Granny Square card deck. Okay. And what it is, it's 50 different patterns for granny squares. And granny squares are like everywhere right now. And so this just gives you... big time. This just gives you different ideas for different colorways and different patterns within your square. And so this is a really good way to up your game too, if you're crocheting and you want to try different things. Amber is our crochet instructor for adults. My daughter is the one that teaches all the littles, the amigurumi classes and knitting classes. But we are going to do next year a square once a month, I think, maybe twice a month, but we're going to do a square, learn a new square, so, and by the end, we'll all get together and knit them all together or crochet them.
I might learn to do that.
Yeah. Because it's fun. It's fun. And they have little chickens I want to make out of one.
Oh, those chickens are adorable.
They're super cute. So we have these in a bunch of those. So, and this is my last one.
Careful opening it because
this is my last one. It's a sweater kit. It looks like a little Macron, but it is
it's too cute.
Sweater kit. This is my last one. I sold out of all of them this weekend. And so what it is it's a little kit of things that you would need to make a sweater. It's a great gift. So you've got your tape, your highlighter tape. Comes with these cute little skizzers. It's got 5 little or 6 little llama tags. They're little llama tags.
It's adorable.
It comes with a way to make a pom-pom and one of the knitting cords here. And then it just has a bunch of other little things. So you've got your end for your needles. Stitch markers, little sheep stitch markers.
They're too cute.
They're absolutely adorable. And we've got a few other of the, the ones that are good for.
You know what these are for? Because my friend, I have some. You put those there and you can slide a little note in.
Oh.
So increase here or whatever.
Oh, that's smart.
Isn't that cute?
Yeah, that's adorable.
Yeah, Deb had given me a couple of those.
Yeah. So anyway, we've got one kit left. If you want it, go online and grab it. I'm going to order more, but this time of year.
It's really cute. Make an adorable gift.
Oh, yeah. This time of year, it's a great stocking stuffer, all compact and just this little cute little guy right there. So, so we got that. Also, look what I made for everyone.
It's so cute.
Except mine, dumbass, was tired by the time I got to mine. Mine's backwards. Everyone's is the same direction, and then there's mine. They're like, oh, who's the dumbass that's backwards? Oh, that's mine.
Well, you're the boss.
Here's Judy Booty.
You're the boss.
And Amber and Robin, and I have a Lena one somewhere from my daughter. I don't know, wherever it is. But so if you come in and you want to give us a gift, there you go.
Just slide it in here.
Just slide it in here.
Credit cards fit
very nicely.
Little gift cards.
Yeah, Dunkin' Donuts cards. They'll be right there. And so anyway, I bought some stockings. They're a little bit bigger than this. So if you have a gift certificate or something that you want to put in the stocking, just grab one. We got it here for you.
Like something, if your stockings are a little bit bigger, the little suitcase one would fit right in there.
They're a little bigger than this.
Yeah.
So we'll throw it in there. If you get a gift certificate between now and Christmas Eve, I will give you a little bonus. You can use it for yourself, or you can give it to the recipient. Where if you buy $50, I'll give you an extra $5, $75, I'll give you an extra $10, $100, and so on. So reach out, let me know. I will post that. Excuse me, also online. we did, like I said, ornaments. We're going to do a drop in and make some ornament stuff. So here we've got this little stocking. I think I've shown a lot of these before. Not that chaos, just a couple little sweaters.
Little sweaters, cute.
Little hats. And we're going to do, I think this is a great Christmas gift, and you should all come in and make one. It's an F-bomb.
I've made them.
It's an F-bomb. So everyone.
Looking Memorial Hospital in Newark, Ohio. There's a floor of nurses
full of F-bombs.
Because a former student of mine showed me a pattern. I said, oh, that's crocheted. She goes, I found the knitting one. And she goes, I want one. She's a head nurse on one of the floors. I said, okay. So I made about 4 of them.
Yeah.
She said they went absolutely nuts when she got them.
Yeah. They're so fun. It's easy to make. I ended up just stuffing it instead of putting it around, because I figure if you're going to throw an F-bomb at someone, you want.
I think I stuffed mine too.
Yeah, I stuffed this one. But what I did do is I had one ornament that I made. It's just a simple cable pattern around it. And then I put it around one of the clear globes. So, it hangs. In hindsight, I should have made it red. I was just kind of fiddling around with the yarn that I was working with, because the green will obviously get lost.
Well, those pink trees are in. Just put it on a pink tree.
That's true. So you got these. We have other ornaments, the circular hard clear ones that we can make little sweaters with. I have a couple of examples over there. So we've got this drop in, and you for $15, you pick a kit out, you pick out the yarn you want. We're going to have a table full of yarn, and we'll help you. We'll help you get started on it. It's not a class, but we'll be available to answer any of your questions. So we've got that coming up in
She will. I haven't
2
done
weeks.
them, so I have no idea.
You'll figure it out. You're going like that. Just, here's how I would do it.
Yeah. This is, where's my mitten?
Robin will be here. Where is your mitten? So here's one of the snowflakes.
You can make that little
This
mitten.
is a little sock.
And she said, make this mitten.
Well, here's the mitten I made. I did a pair. Just a little pair of mittens. And then
she said, follow the pattern.
Judy.
So I did. I did.
Judy's tiny little mitten. So you can make the mittens.
This would be cute to hang over the tree like this. Just like that.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of what I was.
I did
made them together.
both my son's first pair of shoes, which were really soft little baby shoes.
Yep.
I made into ornaments just by tying the strings together, and they
so
hang
cute.
on the tree like that.
So yeah, we'll have all the patterns for all these. Or if you have a pattern in mind, we'll help you kind of get that squared away.
Oh my God, it was
just
awful.
Just a little bit of. I did the exact. I did the same pattern. This is the same pattern as you, but I used bigger yarn and bigger needles.
I did exactly what the pattern said.
Why? You never do that.
Because you were going to display it with the pattern, so fine.
So anyway, they're easy. They're fun.
Together.
You can hop, and one half of your body will be warm. We're also going to do, I think, one day something for kids where they can come in and just make some ornaments.
Those are fun to make.
So I've been saving up toilet paper rolls, so don't throw yours out if you can bring them in.
You tell me.
Yeah, well, just thinking of it right this minute. So that's kind of what we've got going on here. So lots of different projects that are quick if you start now. As we get closer to the holidays, we're going to find, and you can make this in a couple of hours as opposed to, this is one of my favorite scarves. It's just beautiful. This was made by one of our customers, Denise. This one is called the Escher scarf, and she made it. I didn't make it. She made it with a couple of skeins of each colors of Road to China Light, and Road to China Light I still think is my favorite yarn. It is just so soft. It's got camel, alpaca, cashmere.
Denise Denise is good at choosing the right color for that pattern. Mm-hmm. She really is.
Yeah, she's got some beautiful stuff. So anyway, those are some quick and dirty ideas. We got one package left here if you want of slippers. These are slipper pattern. You can make 2 slippers and felt them out of this skein of yarn.
And I'm bragging because this is a new colorway.
Oh yes, of course. So look at this one. I thought we showed it already.
No,
this one's called Watercolor Dreams. Look at this. It is beautiful.
I know it came out really good. I'm having trouble with some of my dyes. I don't know whether the water treatment is different or what, but they're
Probably.
not coming out exactly the same. And it could be good because it's cold out. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I'm liking them, but they're not coming out exactly like they have before, but they're still gorgeous. Yeah, that Mediterranean is so pretty.
I think we sold out of yours.
Yeah, you didn't even get to see it.
Yeah.
I don't think.
No, I had one of these. I sold one of these, but
I forget what I brought in that you never even saw.
Beautiful. So anyway, we have all this and so much more. Next time we'll think of something super duper awesome to talk about because that's how we do.
We are.
Yeah,
awesome.
as we do. As we are delights. That's what we tell ourselves at least. So anyway, enjoy your next couple of weeks. We're around here. We'll be open on Saturdays when we have those classes until 3. And there's one Saturday when Amber's here for crochet, and she will be here till 5. That is in, I think it's next Saturday, but it's all on the calendar. So if you go to shrimpandknits.com and go under classes and events, I have an actual calendar and it tells you the date and you just click on whatever the class is and it pulls you right to all the information. And if you want to sign up, we have a little table. So we only keep our classes to about 6, but we're here for you. So enjoy your holiday month. Get some eggnog in you.
Yeah.
I love eggnog.
Do you?
Oh, I love it. I love it. It's 1.5 billion calories, but
yeah, no,
I love it. A little bit in my coffee.
When we were up in Ohio, my Betsy introduced me to chocolate martinis, which you can buy at Kroger.
How chocolate martini, how bad could it be, really?
It wasn't last night.
Anyway, happy holidays. Thank you so much for watching our foolishness. And if you like what you see, subscribe, please. It helps boost my name, get it out into the public, and share. Sharing is caring. And it also, again, helps people get some exposure to my little tiny clubhouse here in Bluffton, South Carolina. Thank you so much for joining us, and we shall see you soon.
Bye.
Bye. Hi, thank you.